Greetings, punks, goths, metalheads, herberts, herbetters, Martians and subterranean folk and cosmic groovers. How you all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. Well, today I'm doing a really easy local walk. It's like basically my local park, but it's got a nature reserve attached to it. I'm a bit busy at the moment and for the next few days, so it's been hard to find a little bit of time when I can get out, but this one's easy to get to. And it's a good example for people who don't live in the countryside or not within easy access. Even if you live in built up urban areas, there's always usually park areas or canals you can walk along. So, you know, if you're looking for local green areas and you don't know your local area that well, say you've just moved there, look on Google Maps and it'll show up easily all the parks and green areas. The only thing I would say these days, be careful, you know, always go with another person if possible, particularly if you're female. It's sad to say, but you know, some places are dangerous. So yeah, if you want to find green spaces, look on Google Maps, but it's safer to go with someone else at least. Anyway, should we get going? Yeah! So we're just getting to that magical time of year now when it's getting into autumn and the leaves are starting to drop. You get all these beautiful colours around. Now I do love this walk. It's like I say, it's just attached to the local park, but it's beautiful. It's amazing what places you can find if you're looking for them. So it's quite multi-terrain, this walk. It's got lots of steps going down and up. It's got a little stream running through the middle of it, and I come here fairly often, usually if I'm pushed for time to get out for a walk, but it's really nice and quiet. You only ever get other walkers or dog walkers on here, so you know, it's pretty chilled. So I forgot my drone today, so you're stuck with me, I'm afraid. Yeah, I set it up to come out here so it'd be sort of geared up to flying through this woodland area, and I forgot it last minute. Never mind. So there's a lot of people who started up walking when we had the COVID pandemic, and they've kept up with it because they enjoyed it. So, you know, it really is a good thing to do. It's interesting because you're outdoors, you're stimulating your mind. You're not indoors looking at four walls. It's great for things like anxiety and depression because walking and exercise, it produces endorphins, which are your body's own way of making you feel good. And you know, if you are anxious, it helps burn some of that anxious energy off if you're outdoors exercising, rather than being stuck in with it, having nowhere to go. And it's uplifting being out, especially in green or beautiful places. It's very uplifting for the mood. And if you think, like, I used to live in urban areas, run down inner city areas, and you know, often quite dirty, and you know, it's not really uplifting. So coming out to these sort of places really is beneficial to your mental well-being, and it's really good for help keeping you in shape. You know, even if you're really out of shape like I was before I started walking, if you start off a little bit at a time, maybe half a mile a day, increase it 100 yards extra every day, you're soon up there. I was soon walking from nothing to walking 5 miles a day in about 6 months. So, and I lost 3 stone in a year. So, you know, work at it little by little. You've got to be patient. It's not like a magic solution that's going to work instantly. It's something you've got to work at a bit at a time. So it really is a nice little magical woodland walk, this. I mean, it's just full of surprises. You don't know what's going to come next. Got little bridges going over the stream. So we've got a little upward climb now, a very rooty trail. So it has been raining a little bit today at times. I'm hoping to get away with it, but you know, if it rains, it rains. I'm not that bothered. So I am loving the autumn colours, which are just starting to appear at the moment. So I am a person that likes going out in all seasons of the year walking. I like to see how things change with the different seasons. I think it's very natural to go out walking through the different seasons and notice things as they're happening in nature. Notice the weather, notice the plants, notice the different animals you see out. So you do get quite extreme weather at times in this part of the country. You can see these tree roots here where trees been ripped down with the wind, possibly the recent winds we was having. You can see this tree's actually going right across the stream there. Imagine the force that it's taken to knock this down. So, as I was saying in my last video, I really am enjoying autumn. It's one of my favourite seasons, if not the favourite. And it's just lovely being out in it and enjoying it all. I think sometimes people forget the simple pleasures in life. You know, everyone wants to be a millionaire and, you know, all this other stuff, and they forget simple ways of being happy and enjoying life. So I think we'll have a walk up to one of my favourite little chill spots today. It's just under this bridge and a bit further on actually. The reason I like this little bit going further on is it's not a very good track, so not many people come up this far. So you've got that extra bit of peace and quiet most of the time. It just involves crossing over this little stream a few times. It's not deep at all. But I imagine a lot of people don't want to mess up the nice expensive trainers. But that works great for me, wearing my old army boots, so I don't mind getting muddy. So as you can see, it gets a bit wild and overgrown along this little trail, and that's why not many people come. You can't blame them really if they're not geared out for it with the right clothes and that. But it's got a bit of a wildness to it that I like. Like I say, a bit Jurassic. It was around this point in the walk I started getting an uncomfortable feeling that I wasn't alone or that I was being watched somehow. Right, I'm going to have to get across here. Right, I can see a way across. Right. Does anyone know much about fungus and mushrooms? Are these the type that are known as dead man's fingers? I've seen a lot of them round there, but I'm not sure. They look a bit like dead man's fingers, I think, but if anyone knows, let me know. Just going along the old stream bed now. Right, these horse chestnuts, I think they are. So we've just come up to one of my favourite little chill out spots. It's very secret and hidden. I come here with a little camp chair in the summer sometimes to chill out. Never get bothered here. Like a mini waterfall. And there's a few places down there where you can sit. But it's nice. You even bring some cold drinks and cool them in the water. Really nice this. What I've been doing, I've been buying these little, they're like little containers with concentrated juice. You just put about 5 drops in water and it makes a really nice juice, and it's not as heavy as some drinks. What I mean, like some cordials, you have to put a fair bit of liquid in, so with these you're only putting a few drops in, so it's got a very light, sort of refreshing, mainly water feel to it. And yeah, they're great. Lemon and lime I'm on today. So another good reason for me anyway, getting outdoors and getting into green spaces and chilling out, is getting away from the media, getting away from TV, the news, you know, all of that. I mean, it's constantly drilling into you all the time, and there's terrible things going on in the world, and sometimes you just need a break from it for a while, because it can be a bit too much, you know. We're not designed to be sat in listening to terrible news going all around the world all day. So I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel recently. There's quite a lot of you, and I really appreciate every one of you that's subscribed, because it really encourages me to keep doing these videos, and you know, I appreciate it. And to all my subscribers that have been subscribed for a while now, cheers, you guys rock. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your comments and your likes. So I'm not actually going to stay around too long here today, and there's a reason why, and I'll tell you in a minute. So earlier on, when I said I was feeling uncomfortable or watched, I noticed someone had been hanging clothes up in the woods to dry, and I noticed there were 2 tents. Now you can see one of the tents here, and the clothes to the left of it hung up. So someone's definitely living here. Now, they might be completely harmless people, just bushcrafting in the woods, but get a feeling it's someone living there. Now, what I was saying earlier about safety, and always try and go with other people, especially if you're a female, is you don't know who these people are, who's camping, well, living in the woods. It looks like they're staying here at least medium or long term. And you've got to think, are the people who are hiding, who don't want to be found? I said before, it's a good chill out place because no one comes here, so are they hiding? You know, are they on the run from the police? You never know. Now, there has been someone living in the park shelter on and off for the last number of years. Now, the person I spoke to, he's okay sometimes, but sometimes he can just flip, and I think it's severe mental health, like paranoid schizophrenia. You know, and he's been following people around the park who come to help him and give him food, shouting at them, being aggressive. I think the police were called in the end. So, you know, it could be the same person, which I wish the very best for them, and I wish they can get the care and support they deserve. But at the same time, in remote places, if it's people like that, you know, it can be a major risk to the public. Like I say, it could be totally unrelated, and it could be someone completely harmless. I've got a feeling it might be the same guy. Because he seems to pitch different spots around there until he gets found by the authorities. Then he seems to go for a while, which I think he's probably having stays in hospital. But yeah, it's a shame. I wish people could get more help easily, but sometimes people don't want help, you know. So I'm going to wrap this video up in a moment. So thanks for coming along with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget, until next time, be different, stay weird and stay free. Bye now.